Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 8 of Dreadnought and Aqua Damnation. Today we have the Muscovite Littoral Dreadnought by Lewis Theron versus the Black Sun by the Real Artisan. Alright, now let's begin the fight. Yeah, Muscovite does gain 2 DQ points at the start because it spawns a bit too high. The origin block on this is quite low set. Black Sun does seem to have a Master Clan. Another gun as well. Mostly because the Muscovite is firing Hesh on these 2 side guns. Both of them using tracers, which I don't know if those are I don't know if that's the best of ideas, because it costs shell space, and you know it doesn't do much for accurate. It doesn't do much for a 500mm cannon. Ooh, but Black Sun is listing quite a bit. I don't know what these holes are caused by. I mean, I guess it might be Hesh Stump, because Hesh Stump isn't that strong. But yeah, I don't know why. Black Sun is also slow to a crawl. Well, it's not slow to a crawl. It's still moving at a decent pace, the minimum speed required. Around the minimum speed required. It does go faster when it's undamaged. I'm assuming propulsion coils hit somewhere in here. Ooh, guns do seem to be damaged on the Muscovite, and these are significantly more impactful than the Black Sun losing gun. It's mostly because these turret necks are very unarmored. They don't have any armor on them. But the fact that the Black Sun fires Hesh is very well mitigated by the fact that the Muscovite is mostly empty space actually, and the turrets, well, they're armored with heavy armor. Yeah, they're mostly armored with heavy armor below the belt. But considering that the Muscovite sits so low in the water, it might be best to spend more of the budget up here than down there. Well, yeah, I found recently that you don't need to armor the belt as much, like underwater. That's the natural advantage of ships, that they can ignore a hemisphere of damage very much. Muscovite does seem to be pretty good at chasing targets. If I remember correctly, it does tend to ram them if it gets too close. And yes, the Muscovite is also traveling at 10 meters per second. It's crawling along. It also has these heavy... yeah, it's pretty much intention to ram. It has these heavy armor bits at the front to, help it survive the ram better. The angle that the Black Sun is fighting at just isn't ideal. I wonder what this ACB is for. It seems pretty random. For a stealth, they can hold. And yeah, the Black Sun does seem to be very well shielded. But it doesn't matter when your opponent is, firing small amounts of shells. Well, no, since it is proportional, then I guess it is identical. crams going up. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention that the Black Sun does have a sea wisp, but in this case it does seem to be a bit damaged. Muscovite does seem a bit down on APS firepower. His cram gun seems to be doing most of the damage. Those crams are decently nasty. They don't deal well. They don't they don't reload that often, but they do deal pretty good damage. I'm also wondering if this cram gun could have been fixed because it doesn't seem to be rotating very much. Well, that's going to change pretty soon, considering that Muscovite is going to ram the Black Sun. This is actually the second time I'm recording. The second time I'm recording this using technical issues and stuff. Thanks, Shadowplay. But anyways, yeah, the second time I've done this, and this is the first time it's ever rammed the Black Sun. It doesn't tend to do this. Black Sun is usually fast enough to evade it and keep a healthy distance, but it seems that the propulsion was knocked out pretty early on. And speaking of propulsion, I don't even remember what a propulsion is. This thing. I mean, like, no offense, I wish there was times where I could speed up time. Because, the Black Sun isn't getting out of the situation anytime soon. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of hard countering. The Black Sun it uses hash, which the Muscovite nearly counters entirely by just being completely empty. Something. Hmm, game speed is slowing down. One sec. Performance minimum FPS. Oh yeah, looks terrible. This is a watchable slideshow, isn't it? Man, this is going exceptionally slow. One sec. You might hear some fans blowing in the background, sorry if you hear fans whirring in the background, but I just turned up some settings, so it might run a little faster. Yeah, it's running a bit better. Sorry if you're deafened. We'll just take a while. So, how's the weather been? This is why I hate ramming behaviors. It just takes so much time. Jeez. It's been like 20 minutes. It's not been 20 minutes, but it's been like over 10. So the game is running at like 2/3 speed. Which I guess is decently reasonable. If it weren't running at 15 FPS. Let's speed this up a little bit. 10 FPS. Mm, 2. I wonder if I'll speed this up in post-process. No. Ooh, but what? The Muscovite does seem to be launching the black sun out of the water. Wait a second. This is odd. It's a very odd choice. It's a very odd position, but it's fine. The tournament already started anyways. It's been a while. 30 seconds left. Sorry if I'm being a bit rude to the contestants here, but gosh darn it, when things take up too much time, well, when things are when the game becomes this like unbearable, it's not fun for me or you to watch. Alright, and it's time. Muscovite is the winner. It's only lost 3.3% health, which, considering how battered it looks, is pretty good, I guess. Alright, let's move on to round 2. Hopefully a ram doesn't occur this time. My laptop is dying. Let me turn the laptop up a bit down. The Blackson 1 undamaged does do 15 meters per second, which is enough to run away from the Muscovite. I wonder if Muscovite is like an Italian name? Because like Littoral, I guess no, Littoral's American, I think, I'm not sure. You know, the Littorio class is, you know, Italian battleships. The Roma. Ooh, but Black Sun did lose his crown jewel. Seems like a barrel might be still functional there. Yeah, does seem to be a few components missing here. So I wonder if it's pronounced like Muscovite, or something like that. Sorry if I'm being rude. But I do know this is modeled after the U.S.'s independence, so I'm assuming yes, the name is American. Yep, you can see that Sea was in action. It's plinking those ram shells at it. It's using flak frag to destroy the shells. And speaking of destroying the shells, it does seem the parameter is gone. And this is some pretty interesting Tetris here. One Pelican. And yes, now let's contend with those APS guns, which don't have amazing firepower, but they do tend to land some lucky hits, as evidenced before. Black Sun does have the majority of its firepower. Black Sun just needs a few lucky hits, essentially. Black Sun does currently have the health lead, but the gap is quickly closing. Well, not quickly, it's closing relatively slowly. Ooh, that one gun has been disabled. It seems like a very common occurrence that just one gun on a turret gets disabled. Hitting the hull won't do you any good. Not much is in the superstructure here. Black Sun really needs to land its hits on the turrets most of these. And sorry if I'm paying a bit too much attention to Muscovite. It's just that it's a bit easier to commentate on compared to the Black Sun, which is completely black. I can't see what's going on. I can't see what's exactly damaged from like above. From here I can see what's been damaged because of the white background. Well, the brown background. The gun does seem to be damaged. Or two. Yeah, two guns seem to be damaged. Muscovite is up by 2%. Sorry, not the Muscovite, the Black Sun is up by 2%. wonder why he keeps shooting the superstructure. There's not much in here. It's not exactly block dense. Yeah, these are. Hey, sorry, these are. They're either heat or They're either heat or hash mixed with a secondary heat HE, not secondary heat, secondary HE charge. Well, doesn't like a lot of the air gaps kind of hot in the Muscovite. It does seem to be floating decently though. It's kind of dangerous. The Muscovite is quite deep in the water. And I can't help but assume that, well, if it sinks, it's going to sink because it doesn't have any buoyant clouds. I would say they overly invested to lower belt armor. In a tournament with mostly crams and APS, you're not going to see much torpedoes. Or much that's going to attack them underneath. Yeah, having a double flange is excessive. I wonder what the batteries are for. It's not like it's running a turbine system. Yeah, these turret types are very vulnerable. A good hero hash run can just like if they had decent enough pattern, it could go through these two blocks. Sorry, where is it? These two blocks and exit around here. Now like severing these two. And as evidenced by the cramp that evaporating, it isn't too uncommon to see. Blackstone this could be on that top. Blackstone desperately needs to disable turrets. Because it's not like the Muscovite is slowly catching up. And it's not like the Muscovite is very component dense. It needs to learn some of the turrets. Compared to the grabbing mode, this is what it's normally doing. This is what it is. Yeah, the Blackstone does really need to clean bugs. Dude, we stop shooting at them. Shoot at the turrets. seems like Muscovite is going to win this round. Unless the Black Sun would get a critical hit in. Ooh, yeah, I did see a little gunfire turret. Well, I guess I asked and I have received. Ooh, the turret has spots. And Muscovite is back down to being below the Black Sun. Is this the host's curse? Like the tournament host's curse? Like what you say is going to come true? Black Sun does seem to like kiting away from Muscovite. This is a case of higher speed equaling better, performance. Go fast, people, go fast. It doesn't hurt to go fast. We can slowly closing there. Never mind, it's not closing it. I mean, the Black Sun did have a momentary Jupiter lead. Oh, no, Muscovite. Oh my god. There's two ships are very Hessian resistant versus themselves, which both of them are very Hessian resistant. Well, I could make an argument for the Muscovite not being as best suited against DNND2. Yeah, it is using slopes, but it's the fact that, if you come down here, and boom, you get coolers, which is exactly what happened. Just to get instantly deleted. You can see back here where fragments like spalled and hit out here. And yeah, this is quite interesting APS Tetris as well. Not saying it's bad. Might be better than mine, but it's just quite interesting. Never seen this style before. Or, I don't know. Anyways. Kind of harkening me back to the old days. The way I learned APS was I looked at the old perforators charts and deconstructed them. Ooh, but Muscovite did lose its last gun. Wait, it's been 11 minutes? Crud. Crud. Well, I do think that Muscovite did lose its lead before the 10 minutes was over, so I'll go over and check the footage, but for now we'll declare the win for the Black Sun. Alright, let's get on to round 3. Will this become a random round, or shall the Black Sun keep kiting away? I do want to say that this is quite an interesting battle relative to other ones, since it's not a complete steamroll to either side. To each side. Black Sun slowly plinking away at the Muscovite. Muscovite does seem to have lost some barrels. Doesn't seem to have lost the gun though. And yes, these are mimicked magnets. They don't actually have exposed magnets. That would be one interesting prospect, to say the least. If the Black Sun could land If Buxton could poke a hole here. Poke a hole about, like, I don't know, here and then here, and then onto the turret itself. Well, that'd be a turret pop. That seems rather unlikely. The most common method does seem to be popping the turret here. And yeah, that's a turret to see. And you can see it taking quite a. You can see the turret taking quite a lead. It's right there. Either that or they're on separate firing lines, which I think Muscovite only has one, so it's just rather unlikely. If the torpedo could sail like straight past here and then into here, it'd be pretty dangerous. Thinking right now, what if you could set remote guided torpedoes to like drop, and like unguided, it would travel all the way here, and then it would suddenly turn the guidance on like right here, blind. I'm thinking how it would happen. Ooh, the turret does seem to do this. The gun does seem to disable all the guns. Good. Yeah, its connection server's right here then, inside the turret cap. Ooh, but one turret has some benefit from those hoops. Does seem like a repeat around too. Yeah, another, and the Krang guns disabled. So seems like this one's going to be a bit faster than the second one. And if the Muscovite did win the second round, then it'd still be up to the votes either way. Yeah, I don't know why it's shooting at the superstructure. The superstructure has very little blocks relative to what's on the water. It might be set to target blocks above watership, who knows. The second turret has been disabled. I was looking at it the whole time, I was like, huh, interesting. That's a very interesting Tetris right there. Wait a second, the turret's just been popped. And yeah, it does seem like the black sun is out of guns. I don't know if that fire piece can still shoot though. No, it's still a 5-0. Well, that's a win for the Black Sun. Let's give it a courtesy 30 seconds. Yeah, I don't think anything's happening other than they're supposed to be ramming the Black Sun and taking an AI or something. But yeah, this is why you go fast, people. This is why you speed up. Most of the better performing entries do tend to be at the 20 meters per second limits. So advice if DNND2 ever happens, people utilize speed. Speed is very important. It allows you to dictate the fight. This allows you to do what the Black Sun does here, just constantly cut away. Because cutting away at this thing, then you can use all your guns compared to Well, if the Muscovite wasn't front-sider, then it wouldn't be favorable. I'm thinking, is there any ways to make an AI just stop chasing? If it's stopped chasing, then you know, the Luxon will get out. It'd be outstanding. Wait, that was way more than 30 seconds. I'm sorry. I'll trouble to keep track of time. Anyways, that's a uh, non-decisive fight right there. The victor will be decided through the polls. Remember to vote. Thank you for watching. And yeah, since this is the last first first bracket episode, there will be no showcase from now on. So yeah, congratulations, Wax Sun. You probably won two out of 3 battles. See y'all folks next time. Bye.